Senior, good morning.
Morning, man.
Na mijirisa pomboko de.
Bye.
Yeah, the body I see. Yeah, that's so what Jimre. Now no chinko live on Happy 98.9 FM. But you say about one basa no ya nan senkano do sa. Just recently, one of the dailies and I pay say one individual be or propagate fake news in the keke kahono. Ya man be in fear be nice on concord them in the keke kahon. But the abusa say and senka and particularly with prophecies any de kahono. Etiminya hwinsanso boni bi ewo abatwa ho ahoboaboa ye boaboa in terms of security. How do we guide against that?
No, there's no law that bans anybody from prophesying. And people can prophesy, but it's just like the peace pact. Peace pact doesn't resolve any problem. Prophecy doesn't resolve any problem. What you need is to ensure that the election processes are working properly, the election procedure is understood, and the electoral commission will provide leadership on election day. Then Papa Police will also avoid negligence. Now, public education. When we are well educated, we will not act awfully. These are the things you needed. And above all, you need the media said they will carry the news across. But whether there's prophecy, there's no prophecy. Those do not affect anything, anybody on Saturday. Now, in a day, Musa down for research scientifically. More data you can prove. I think then it takes away the elements of doubt when it comes to prophecy and many of those things. It has been misconstrued over the years. By we are getting more scientific. So what we needed to do is to make sure that the processes, the procedure, and the remedies we provide for ourselves are working. We have established election security task force. Let them do their work properly. Public education for the voters. These are the things you need, and you'll be fine.
So these are the things that we need, and we'll be fine. But one critical issue has got to do with, and I cited the issue having to do with one individual be or no echo spreading fake news and how critical will information disorder be to ensure about in terms of security? No, yetimi ama bibia ako torting.
I led a campaign in this country when it comes to disinformation and misinformation, and the negative impact of disinformation on elections and democracies across Africa and in many parts of the world. Disinformation about a new weapon of war to distract and to manipulate elections and democracies in many parts of the world, especially in Africa. And the media will fact check people, the police will fact check people, all of us will fact check ourselves. So that mistake and now I can say my mistake. But disinformation, deliberate something. Misinformation, some level of mistakes and I say indiscretion. These are. But when somebody is engaged in disinformation, that is a deliberate act. Now, key actors in those who organize this particular election. It is almost a free US buyer, but the US democracy is not the best. So, but here we are as black people, we learn everything from there. And si nanya me ngwa say akino ni oko kan ye ni say election days ni best stand very important and a deliberate disinformation, and maybe he's under the influence of something or somebody has paid him or he's having a healthcare issues upwards there, and so any say the law has catch up with him and is dealing with him. All of us in the public space, you know this thing more better than me. You're running commentary about issues. Sometimes you make a mistake. Sometimes you make a mistake. The journalist can even correct you. People who listen to the show can call you and correct you. We all make those mistakes once in a while. But to come on air, full time as a host, now it's a major problem. It's a major problem. But me, for instance, I almost friend me free Kumadoe Saturday to speak on their radio. Because of that particular thing, I've decided to disassociate myself with them. And I'm not going to grant them any interview until further notice.
Preparation, and I know sir Udwani Edi in terms of said the police the election security task force when Edi Egu Akwamu one be what and senkani be. If you are to compare this to the year in December 2020, about to Ekokoto, you know, in the lead up to the elections on December 7th, 2020, about to what would you say? What seems to be, you know, the ups? And what seems to be the downs?
We share this year elections now, campaigning and many of those things. They have the rate number down from 80 to about 70 something. Until this week, here for your special voting now, is trying to change the atmosphere for us. Otherwise, now you're very peaceful, you're very cordial, since reasonability is working over craziness. And so many what happened, but I believe the stakes number be very high. One of the things that led to that was inattitude and ineptness of the electoral committee, printing ballot papers and calling them back and burning stamps and oversight and serial numbers. Many of those things has raised the temperature and has raised suspicion and unusual activity. That is one. Then their own professional conduct of law enforcement for Namukoto. That is also two. But above all, Obekaya Dampariba, no, you 3 by-elections. Onyanina correct. Fourth one, Wale on your problem because minister of holidays or whatever it is. But critically speaking, we are the first national elections under him as an IGP. And see, Ocean blueprint, the buyer, not a very good one. Unfortunately, we can only assess the effectiveness of the blueprint on election day. So when the implementations are done and the outcome, that is the only way we can assess and say, no man, oh yeah, you're good. But on the face of it, it is a very good preparedness, it's a very good readiness to ensure that they deliver on election day. Some things will happen on election day that goes way beyond the remit of Papa Police. And they will need to work with the military to ensure that this deployment that is creating fear and panic, the military will have to talk to their men to dress properly when they are traveling. Then the election commission must also behave themselves on election day. Now, yeah, you have to talk about them. So, we have proper education because on election day, there's not like NDC MPP. So, we have proper education now. We'll behave ourselves. No more media, no point said they should carry the news. And tonight, there's a letter commission said it will grant the media some space at the coalition center. These are the general environment to find ourselves in.
I would want us to go into some of the specifics. Young call with regards to the team in 2020. Over here, now Asra for EFRA. I'm talking about the armed forces EFRA. Now we understand that the election security task force, the military is going to take a backstage. The other security agencies
said they are not going to be deployed. And anybody who see them at the police station should report, which confirm many of the things we are saying. Said Dampari Police is the head of the election security task force. It's Dampari who determines who goes where, who comes in, who doesn't come in. Because he has to be held accountable and take responsibility for whatever happens in this election. So it is the right thing to do.
It's the right thing to do. So the other key stakeholders are about to how do we ensure our security?
It's proper police. It's the duty of police to ensure the safety and the security of everybody. Because election is a national event. Maintaining law and order is key. Crime prosecution is key. What I don't like about them, good thing about him, then he is negligent on the other one. Vote buying is a crime. And in the SC was easily gone. But now you should have arrested a woman and arrested everybody who got involved in that vote buying and sharing those crazy food around. But when you don't do that, then you are giving credence to what your opponents are saying about you or the criticism that is coming from the general public. That you say one thing and you close your eyes to the other one. And that is the way it's supposed to be.
You feel that an arrest should have been effected?
That is a crime. Yeah, once it's a crime, Ayawasu is noted for many crazy things. Once it's a crime, as an IGP or as a police officer.
But judging from by-elections, Ura Okufu Dampare, Afyaso, Ewomemo, since Obey Inspector General of Police, if you're to use that to predict.
National election is different from by-election.
It's a subset, but I'm asking, sir, if you're to base on that, their course. So
no, you can't base it on it because three was good. For Kumadoe, the two parties were clapping for him. For Asimnov, there was no major issue. For Ejisu, it was great. But Wale was a break. And Wale, that was the time they appointed a deputy IGB in charge of operations for him. So we don't know where he was. And this is a national election, so you can't use the sample size for the by-election is too small. You can't use that one to assess what will be his performance on the national level. And so you can only compare the blueprint he put out there, his personal experience and determination to get a job done, as compared to taking center stage and giving instructions and make sure people are deployed at the right time to the right places. But the key criticism for successes and the praise and accommodation comes to me when the implementation go according to plan.
All right, Kumadoe, anope me yeno ase se wajimre na oni edi nkomo efa ahombamba homboaboa a yeyo edi akwakoto aba December boso me de toso ensun no emu we eye owura Richard Kumadoe, security consultant, and I'll see you in the nkomo